All right, this is my truck camper setup. It's a 2004 Chevy Silverado 2500 HD with a 2015 Capri camper on the back of it. I just wanted to make a quick video kind of documenting where the build is at, since I plan to heavily modify the camper. The truck's pretty much done, just a couple finishing touches on that, but mostly the camper is going to be completely different when I'm done with it. I've already gotten started a little bit, but I have a lot of plans for it. So I guess the first thing would be the door. Typically your door is going to open like this with your hinge on this side. And that's because when you're towing a trailer, the tongue won't be in the way when you're getting in and out of the camper. But I like it the other way, because when you open it from this side, I knocked off the rag. When you open it from this side with the hinge on this side, it puts your step like in a natural spot for you to climb up and into the camper. Whereas if the main entry point is here, it's just a weird entry point. So the whole point of me building a truck camper is so that I don't have to tow a trailer and I'm not handicapped off-road like that. So that was an important change to me. As well as when the door opens and rests on this side, now I have this entire wall to put whatever, shovel mount, recovery board, big tool cabinet, all kinds of stuff. So that was the first modification I did. It didn't have a window at first either. I added that. And then of course I had to relocate the door prop to be on the other side. It came with a little dome light right here. You can see the outline of it. It was really old and yellow. It looked terrible. So now I've got this as like a little outdoor charging station. I plan to do some kind of like fold down tray so people can set their phones there and just charge it right there. I did paint the door when I did the project, and the Lake Tahoe winter didn't treat it too nice. So I'm gonna have to pull it off and repaint it at some point. I'm really not looking forward to that. So that's great. Let's see, what else do we have? Hot water heater came with the camper. It does work. I haven't actually used the hot water, but I did fire it up, and it does start putting out heat. So I'll have to fully test that. This was the old water fill. I actually swapped this to one with the key lock. I don't really like the idea that someone can come mess with you, go pour something gross down into your water tank. I prefer to keep it locked. It's probably paranoid, but that's just my preference. Propane tank. Those guys are just the vents for the fridge, which I'm gonna remove. And let's see, I think that's about it for the outside. Only about half of those running lights work, so it's probably just a burnt out bulb. I just haven't gotten around to it, even though I've had the camper for a year and a half. AC on top, shower vent. It does have a shower, we'll get to that. And yeah, that's about it for the outside. So let's go to the inside now. Added this grab handle, of course, as part of the door flip project. Didn't mention that. Oh, and the RV lock, key fob, keyless entry, or number pad entry. So if you're on a hike, you can actually lock your keys inside the camper and you don't have to carry them, which is great. Okay, coming inside, here's the shower. It's just a storage cabinet for me right now, but nice full-size shower. You're not going to be taking any hot, steamy, long showers in here, but to get the job done off-road, that's pretty amazing to be able to shower out in the boonies. So, fantastic fan, another light, a bunch of junk down there. This section, I added a toolbox. It's like my only other mod to this camper, one of the only ones. The previous owner just had like baskets here, probably for clothes, and this coat hanger up here, and I've always wanted a onboard toolbox somewhere in my truck, so this is what I ended up with. The dimensions, I had to research a lot of toolboxes to find one that would fit, but we've got like a 1/4 inch on each side. This thing did not hold up I drive my truck off-road a lot, and I kind of thrash it. And so it did have like a big folding cover that would slide out and drop down. Lost that one in Trona Pinnacles, flew off on the way out there, and it kind of bent, so I can't use it anymore. This is where I had magnets where it used to stay shut. This drawer is where I keep all my heavy 1/2-inch impact stuff, so it's way too heavy. You can see it's like broken right there. It's warped. It did fall out. It like collapsed in the back. The little the rivets that hold the rail on broke. So overall, it's just a cheap, flimsy toolbox, and I plan to rip it back out of here and do a different kind of setup. So kind of temporary. This upper one's been fine. I put all these little window bolts on it so that these don't fly open when you're driving, because they will do that. Then I got my little inside this came with this little fabric backing thing, so I put that up here. It's kind of the plier rack, and we're gonna reconfigure this. So yeah, that's just how it is for now. Got your sink. Let's see, some storage. There's your hot water heater, microwave, fire extinguisher, little storage here. Yeah, I'm aware that this is some pretty shoddy work. That was the previous owner, not me. So let's see. Same with all this writing. Like this guy couldn't remember what was what. So yeah, I'll have to take some alcohol to that eventually, get that off of there. Let's see, here's your AC. Got the lower bed right here. It also converts into a table, which is right there. You can lift it up, and I got the pole for it. Right here, I got my batteries installed, even though there's no inverter or any 12-volt plug-in except for the outside chargers. But it's a work in progress. So there they are. Two 12-volt, I believe they're 320 amp hours each. So I have kind of a ridiculous amount of power in here. Before on my last build, I used those power stations, and this time I wanted to be able to add power and just do the build a bit cheaper. So the camper didn't have any batteries or any wiring for batteries when I got it. So I had to set all that up, run them. So those actually kind of sneak along the bottom right here. Move some of these out of the way. Here's your water tank. You can kind of see where I snuck the wiring along the water lines. And then they come up. There's a fuse box right there where I can tap in for any 12-volt needs. Let's see. I redid the water fill. When I got the camper, these PEX lines were fine, but all the like silicone lines, you could see mold in there, and it was just gross. So I redid the vent / overflow line and the fill line. Had to use a little step down adapter. It was a bit of a project, but no more mold. So that was pretty critical. As well as the line to the water pump. I replaced that as well. Okay, so that's that. Up here to the bed, this is one of my biggest complaints of this camper, is how tiny the bed is. The width is all right, but with that slant of the ceiling and the really short cab over, it's just too small for me, and my arms hang off the edge. I considered making this the main bed, but I'm actually too tall for it. I'm 6'1", and the bed is like 5'11". It's just like barely too short, and does not make for a good night of sleep for me. So my plans are to ditch this fridge and extend this platform out into the living space a little, get myself a bit of a wider bed. I do prefer the small cab over though, just because the cab over weight on a camper is what makes you really top heavy and really puts a lot of sway into your truck. So it's nice to have it just as a short extension, but I will have to extend the bed as a result of that. Probably a foot or so, we'll see. Here's this fridge. I plan to ditch this thing. This thing sucks. It's a nice fridge. I mean, it's a Dometic. I think it's an RM something. I looked it up. It's like 1,800 bucks brand new, which is crazy because it's a piece of junk. It works on 12 volt, but not 12 volt, 120 volt. You plug it in, it gets cold, but not very efficient. And the propane kind of works, it kind of doesn't. I don't really want to troubleshoot it, and absorption fridges are just not good fridges. So I plan to ditch this, grab myself a 12 volt compressor fridge, and then maybe put it where this lower toolbox currently is, and then do like storage on top. And then that'll free up the space for me to extend the bed as well. So that is a critical step. Let's see, I think that's probably about it for the camper. So the only things I really touched are the water fill, battery and fuse box I added, toolbox, and the door project. Other than that, this thing's pretty much how I got it. And it was pretty beat on by the previous owners. As you can see, they had some tape there, and the floor it's got water damage. Clearly, there was a shower incident at some point. I haven't actually taken a shower in this yet. I want to, though, just for fun. See what it's like, try it out. Yeah, that's pretty much it. I have used the AC on shore power. That does work great. I thought I had electric heat. When it says optional heat right there. Turns out that's optional when you buy the AC unit. I thought it's like you have the option for heat. No, it's this. You need to option this to be able to have heat. So no electric heat for me. Okay, that's about it. So I guess we'll move on to the truck now. Okay, and for the truck, it's a 6-liter with an NV4500 4x4, of course. Full float 14 bolt in the back. Up front, I have this TDK throttle down customs front bumper. I got an absolute steal on that off a guy in Pasadena. I paid $650 for it. And if you were to buy one new, you'd be into that thing for over 2,500 bucks. So I got a steal, and 2,500 is what I paid for the truck. So I'm not going to spend that on a bumper for sure. The truck actually came with this front receiver hitch. That's pretty nice. Hauled a couple things on that. Moving on to suspension, tires. We got some Vision. I think Vision Flow is what they're called. Flow 315 or 310 or something like that. 16x8 with a 315/75 16 tire on it, which is like 34.5. Did I just call it 35? It's the same thing. Most people do. 4.5-inch BDS high clearance lift kit with diff drop. So that was part of the kit. Doing the diff drop. Got the CV spacers in there. You know, the longer sway bar links. Torsion bar, cross member drop right there, which I'm not the biggest fan of because it really impedes your ground clearance quite a bit. Makes it a pain to get under there for oil changes and stuff. But it is what it is. I can always lift the truck higher. They sell that kit in 4.5-inch lift and a 7. I kind of regret not getting the 7, but maybe I'll upgrade in the future. So we've got Kryptonite upper control arms, Kryptonite ball joints, upper and lower. The CV axles are stock, but those are new, about a year old. Let's see. Kryptonite steering kit. So that's going to be your center link, your tie rods, your idler arm, pitman arm, as well as an idler arm support gusset, because that's known to be a weak spot on these 01 through 10 Chevy frames. Let's see, Dirt King alignment cams. So I can never lose my alignment, which is awesome, but the alignment shops hate it. Everything done to the truck was done by myself and my dad in the driveway. This thing's only ever been in the shop for alignment and tire mounting. Everything else, it's a DIY project. Got some car steps. I think these look way better than the running boards that go the full length. I think those are hideous. Let's see. Anything else you can see in here I need to talk about? Okay, here's the rear. Let's see. I got a muffler on there. I forget what the brand is. Superflow or some. It's some like cheap ever so slightly louder than stock. I don't think you get any performance gains from it. It's just sounds a little bit nicer than stock. Got a ranch hand rear bumper. I paid $500 for this thing off a dude in Winnemucca. And usually they go for $1,000 plus shipping plus tax. So that was a steal for me. Put that guy on there. The truck does need new leaf springs. That's one of the few things I still need to get to. It's got the classic Chevy lean. I'm off camber right now where I'm parked, but even on flat ground, it does lean to the left like that. So I just need some new leaves on there. To fit these tires, I had to really trim my fenders a lot. You can see how much I pushed that back down there. The back was fine. And up front, I did the old NorCal mod. So you can see this is like way back. And so I can go lock to lock with my steering with these tires, which is pretty nice. Let's pop the hood and talk about some maintenance. I guess we'll do the interior first. Basically a brand new interior. It's the engine is a 6-liter with an NV 4500, which if you know these trucks, you're probably freaking out because those are hard to find. So even though this truck was in very poor shape when I got it, and I got it for $2,500, you can imagine what it looked like. That made it worth restoring for me. So that's pretty sweet. Interior is pretty thrashed too when I got it. So it's got all 4 door panels are new. And I modified these. This trim is off of an Escalade Platinum, where I got those from. These are on all Escalades of this generation, so I just drill some holes in the door. Pop it in there, looks pretty nice. Window tint, truck had limo tinted windows when I got it, which I loved, like this. That's how the front windows looked. And yeah, CHP got me for that one. So a little bit less bold on the tints now. Seats, got some custom seats. I got these on Marketplace too. This was another steal. I think I paid like $600 or $650 for the full front row. And this has actually got a 2014 through 2018 Silverado jump seat in it. So really nice. It's got like the higher armrest and a triple cup holder. It's got lower storage down there too. So that thing's pretty sweet. The one thing I'm not crazy is I wish this was 4x4 instead of Z71, because Z71's a half-ton thing and I'm not a half-ton guy. So storage back there. I did the leather rear seat. The truck originally had cloth seats because it's an LS trim, which is rare to have power windows with the stick shift. That's hard to find, and I got lucky with that, that's for sure. I had the wood grain bezel too, but I took it off. I think I'm going to save it for maybe a future project. It has square edges, and that kind of bugged me. You need the Escalade upper dash to match that. So I ditched it for now. The steering wheel is out of an GMC Envoy Denali, and the airbag cover is out of a Trailblazer. So you can make yourself a really nice, custom wood grain Chevy wheel. I did the gauge cluster as well. Got the chrome Cadillac bezel on there, replaced the gauge face and the needles. If I could, and their LED lights as well. If I could do it over again, I would go red needles, because when it's sunny out, it can be hard to see sometimes when the backlight's not on. Okay, we got Alpine double din right there. I really regret not getting the one with the little dial. Maybe I'll upgrade to that eventually, but it's kind of a pain looking for the volume buttons when you're driving. It's got Alpine speakers all the way around as well. In the back too. A little storage under there. So come around to the other side. Same thing on this door panel. Headliner. I got this suede headliner out of a crashed truck in LA. I think San Gabriel Valley somewhere. So that was awesome. I didn't even have to reupholster it myself or pay someone to do it. I just bought one out of a crashed truck. So that was super great. The 2003 Plus Silverados, they come with a shale headliner as the standard, which is quite hideous and really contrasts when you have the dark gray interior. So to match everything up, I went for the 99-02 gray color, which is looks a lot better than the tan on black did. Also, I did the deluxe sun visor mod. So typically that's all you get. And there's a mirror, there's no light thing here. So this one's always been a little, I think the switch needs to be cleaned. There we go. So you get lighted visors. And then you can also have one on the side, and then bam, you got another one for the front. So that's a really nice upgrade to do these trucks. I think those are out of an Escalade or possibly a Yukon Denali. The dash is new. I replaced the upper part, replaced the lower part, which had the glove box, and yeah, my old dash is pretty beat up, and so that's got that swapped over. The carpet is like the one thing on the interior that's still desperate to get changed. I really want to do a vinyl floor, like out of the work trucks, but I feel that the vinyl kind of contrasts with the leather seats and the wood trim. So if I didn't go that route, I'd probably go black carpet, and that's going to show dirt, and this is an off-road truck. So not totally decided on the carpet yet. And then I think all that leaves is the modifications not modifications, repairs that I've made to this thing. Modding is the fun part. Repairing is the not so fun part. But to have a reliable rig, it's part of the game. Okay. Air raid, silencer, intake silencer, delete. That's kind of nice. All right, I've done spark plugs and wires. I have done valve cover gaskets. I've even done valve stem seals with the engine in, which is about as much fun as it sounds like. Leaning over this, although having your knees to put on this bumper is pretty nice. I put a radiator in this. This grill was new. I replaced the headlights when I first got the truck. Okay, what else have we done? We've done intake manifold gaskets, valley cover gasket. I replaced this battery lug. This thing was broken when I got it. I don't think I've done a belt on this. Oh, I've done the fan clutch. That one was a pain to get off. It was seized pretty good. What else do we have here? I think that's it. Oh, you can kind of see the idler arm support in there. Hard to see, but that's where it is. I've done the oil pan gasket. That one's also a pain. When I did the oil pan gasket, I also hit the oil pickup tube O-ring, the barbell plug O-ring, and the rear engine cover plate gasket, and the rear main seal. So engine's got some pretty fresh seals in there, although I think I'm leaking from one of the sensors in the back. I'll get to that eventually. This thing never stopped leaking. It's a Chevy. Let's see. Transmission, that one is remanufactured. That was a huge pain. I don't ever recommend buying something from Powertrain Products. I bought a remanufactured one because I called like 8 different shops and none of them worked on manual transmissions. So the truck was down with a bad transfer case, and when I got it, the synchro for third gear was buzzing and grinding. So looking back, I should have just rebuilt it, but it was kind of in a pinch. So I went for a reman unit, and it was busted. Third gear knocked really bad, but none of the others, and we didn't mess up the install at all. So they did a warranty claim, got another one sent to me, and I had the pleasure of switching the transmission in the driveway for a second time. So that was a lot of fun. Don't recommend that. Transfer case is a remanufactured unit as well off eBay. It's got the chain rub, reinforcement, reinforced housing. I think it's the whole half of the case is a different material than usual. Let's see. I've done U-joints on the drive shafts. I've done the rear diff cover seal, gasket, not seal. I think that's probably about it. Can't think of a whole lot else. Maybe one more. We got a full-size spare right there. Very nice to fit a full-size in the factory spot. So yeah, I think that's about it. I'm pretty satisfied with where the truck is at. I guess one thing I forgot to mention right when I got it, I did rotors and pads on the brakes. Those were completely shot. It was just a classic work truck that just been abused and worked its whole life and neglected, not kept up on maintenance. So when I got it, I had to really freshen everything up. And also it's a 20-year-old truck and you can't expect those seals and O-rings and stuff to last forever. So hopefully I'll get another 20 years out of them. Thing will probably run forever because it's the 6-liter. It just gets terrible mileage as well. So, I mean, 9 miles per gallon driving this thing around. Not fun. I think what the truck needs the most right now is probably just some rear leaf springs. They're pretty tired, but I don't think they're in danger of breaking or anything. So I'll probably just keep kicking that can down the road a little longer. And yeah, so that's where I'm at with the build. And I will try to continue to document as I make progress on this. I'm trying to get a lot of solar panels up there and really build a beast of a power system. So we will have more projects coming. All right, see ya.